Hello everybody, my name is Mrs. Baker and I am going to show you how to do a Fundations lesson. Now today we are going to be focusing on the letter B, but the lesson can be done with any letter. It's consistent among the letters. We do the same steps for every one. And this can be used for students that are still struggling with a certain letter. So when we start with Fundations with kindergarten or first grade, we always start with lowercase letters. Once we're through the lowercase letters, then we go to the capital letters. So today I'm going to show you the lowercase b. So the first thing we do in our lesson every day is we review the letters that we've done previously. And the cards look like this. Okay. They are bigger cards like this. So I just printed out a copy to show you all the different cards. So we would review all of those, and then I'd tell the students that we have a new letter today. And I try to make it exciting for them, and that really all has to do with your tone of voice, and they'll get excited about learning the new letter. So I would say we are learning this letter. Does anybody know what this letter is? And most likely a few of them will shout out B. So I'll say, okay, this is how we do the letter B. We say B, bat, B. And then they repeat it. And they know this because the routine has been established. Now, a lot of students have trouble making the B sound. You want to make sure that they do not put the at the end of it, because later on when they are trying to segment bug and they do bug, that's not correct. We want them to say b-g. So a way to help them with that is give them a mirror and show them in the mouth b. Their mouth doesn't come open that much, but when they say ba, their jaw goes down. If you don't have a mirror handy, you can also put your hand under your chin, b-ba, and they can feel the difference that way. So once the students have done that, I, up on my board, will show them how to write the letter B. Now, you can see I'm using a chalkboard today, but you can also do dry erase boards. At a younger age, chalkboards are better to use because they have the drag and the students get a better feel for that letter. And in Fundations, we have 4 lines. The top line is the skyline, the dotted line is the plain line, the bottom line is the grass line, and the last line is the worm line. And we will always want to speak in those terms when we are writing the letters. So, when I make the letter B, I'm going to say I start at the skyline, I go down to the grass line, back up to the plain line, and around and down to the grass line. B, bat, B. Okay? And the students will repeat that. B, bat, B. That is really important for them to repeat that because it gives them a familiarity. Oh, bat, B. Okay? It gives them that kind of clue if they still aren't familiar with the letter. So then I would have the students skywrite. And students really like skywriting. It's super simple. You don't need any materials for it, just your arm. So I always want to make sure the students are standing up for this activity. And you want to make sure, I'll get this so you can see, their arm is flat and their elbow is underneath. And you want to make sure that they are taking their time during this and not doing it quickly. So skywriting, you're just writing the letter in the sky. B, bat, B. And we do it 3 times in a row. And then I ask the students to close their eyes, and we do it 3 times in a row again so they can get the feel for the letter. They don't have to have their eyes open to do it. So the next part, and usually the final part of the Fundations lesson, sometimes they throw in a little activity there for you to do the kids, and I will give you some examples of those in just a minute. Each student has a workbook of all the lowercase and capital letters and some activities in between. And the B page looks like this, okay? And the B, bat, B, okay? So what we'll do first is I will have them trace the lowercase b 3 times and say it, B, bat, B. And we are giving them that textile feeling while they're saying the letter, okay? So they'll do that, and then I'll let them color the activity as the little picture as a little break for them. So I told you that sometimes that's the end of the lesson and sometimes there are little games. So some examples of games. This one is a favorite among students. We do kind of skywriting on the board, and the students that are not doing the writing have to guess the letter. So I would have a student go up to the board, and just with their finger on the board, they have to make the letter, and the other students have to guess. So that gives them a good idea of to pay attention to the shape of the letter and not really being able to see it in writing. Another activity that they really like is you can make a bag and you can put the letters in there. They pull them out, they tell you the letter and the sound. Super simple. Once the student has the letter sounds down a little bit more, you can put objects in a bag. They pull an object out and they tell you what sound that object starts with. And those are little fun activities that sometimes I throw in with the lessons to give the students a little break because it's very monotonous every day doing the same things with all the letters. So I hope this was helpful, and if you have any questions, comment, email me, and I can help you out with this. Thank you for watching.